Our host for tonight's Comedy Jam is a comedian, actress you know and love from In Living Color and Living Single and lots of other stuff. Please welcome the very amazing Kim Coles. Woo! That's a really long walk. I wrote that and a lot of other stuff. Hello, everybody. I am Kim Coles, and you are delighted to come to the show, the Comedy Jam. You feeling good? Yeah. I don't believe you. Are you feeling good? Yeah. Hold on. I put my phone too far away. Hold on. I'm putting this. Anything can happen tonight. Enjoy. 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 I work for the audio-visual department. Hi. Is this annoying? Only a little bit. So I'm delighted to be here. Hello. So I wanted to get the makeup of the audience. By applause, who are the students? Nice. Nice. In college, what year? Freshman. Wow. You've got so long to go. Have you gained your freshman 15 yet? Yeah. Good food. And sauce on everything in Ohio. Everything. I went to McDonald's. They're like, you want some sauce with that? No, it's McDonald's. Leave me alone. All right, where are my faculty members? Okay, you keep things running here, don't you? Keep it all together. They're the people that keep it together, the people that keep you in line. Very good. Who else am I asking? There's a VP, the VP of the school, the VP of like somebody very important. Like maybe they signed my check. I don't know. I'm just going to play. And who are these people here? Who are you? Do you have a function here? Is there students? What are you studying? Nuclear what now? Great. That's great. I don't know. I'm a comedian. I don't know what that is. What is nuclear medicine? Oh, good. I hope I never see you, sir. I mean that with all treatment for cancer. I wish you well on your career. I hope I never see you again. I mean that with all, you feel, okay, good, thank you. Whew. I hope I never need you, but good luck with your career. But not me, because I plan to stay alive for a long time, and well. I'm just going to play with you for a little while. I have an act. I really do, madam. I do. I forgot it because I'm in the menopause. And I got to tell you, I kept going in and out of the room on the side and going to the restroom because I wanted to get myself pretty for the people. And I was so glad that you weren't like all freshmen like that guy. He's young. So I can talk about the menopause. We have some women of some advanced age. Don't yell out your age, but some of you are over 30, and I saw you in the hallway. And I want to talk to all of you. I want to talk to the young women. Where are my women who are in their 20s? Who are my 20-year-olds? Like, oh, 20 is so good. 20 is so good. 20 is good because you don't know and you don't even know that you don't know. It's blissful times. Enjoy them because it all changes. Do we have ladies in their 30s? I know I'm talking to the ladies. I'll get to the fellas in just a moment. Where are my ladies in their 30s? Anybody in their 30s? 30s. Oh, yes. So now the 30s are getting even better. It's getting a little better because now you know what you didn't know when you were 20. You know a thing or two. Don't you know some extra stuff? You're like, oh, my God, I didn't know. Now I do. I'm 30. Who here is in their 40s? Anybody in their 40s? Oh, yes. Now it's getting real good. Because now you know and you let everybody know that you know. In fact, look at you got it going on. You don't have it yet. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. Look at she got it. Do we have any women in their 50s? See how happy they are? Yes, hallelujah. Because then you turn 50, you just don't give a darn anymore. Oh, you know everything, and it's like, you'll figure it out. Oh, I like to share with you because I want my 30s and my 20-year-olds to know that menopause is coming. None of the other guys are going to talk to you. Listen, the other comedians are not going to talk about menopause. Kim is going to tell you. Auntie Kim is going to talk to you about. There's going to come a day where you just get hot. Even on a winter's night like tonight, winter cold, it's cold out. Cold. I couldn't be hotter. I came here with no coat whatsoever. I didn't need one. I have my own global warming. I like to share with all of you because we're going to get to know each other for a while. We're going to get to know each other. The love is here. Thank you. I'd like to share with you the first time I had my first hot flash. And they talk about it. Fellas, sir, I know you're a freshman. You need to know this because you're going to have a woman or possibly your mom. Your mom is just going to, is going to go through. Is your mom going through? Your mom's going through it, isn't she? You're not sure how? I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. How old is your mom? Yeah, it's coming for her. It's coming. That's why you went away. Where does your mom live? Cincinnati. So when you go home to take your laundry, because that's what he's going to do, you're going to go home and your mother's going to be walking around the house like this. And it's winter. She's in menopause. If you go into the kitchen, your mom is baking some cookies, but the oven's not even on. She's in the pause. I told you I was going to make sure the men understand. I want to share with you the first time I had my first hot flash. May I do that? I have the microphone. You can't stop me. So I was standing in line at Target, right? And Target, as we like to say in Beverly Hills, Target. And all of a sudden, it came down on me. The heat and oppression. And I didn't know what it was, so I looked up as if it was the heating vent. Do you know how tall the ceilings are in Target for the heat just to be on me? And I was really outraged. Because it was May, and why was the heat on? I was absolutely incensed, and so I went and talked to the manager. And I want to share with all of you, and this is what you need to know, young and old alike, you need to know. And when I say old, I mean, I'm 53, so you're around, some of you are around my age, some might be a little older. I don't have any age discrimination. It's coming for you. You can go and talk to the manager anytime. Young sir, what's your name, sir? Scott, you can go and talk to the manager now. I went and talked to the manager even though the heat wasn't really on. And I need to borrow a purse. Can I borrow your purse? I want to show you what I did. Let me borrow your purse. Let me show you this. By the way, this is a grown woman's purse. Look at this. This is a grown woman's, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at this. Big old, tiny purse, but dense. Now, this is perfect, so I'm going to also share this with you, because my girls in their 20s and 30s, they wear their purse here like this. I'm going to go to the mall. You're going places, you're doing things, you have it on your shoulder, right? A grown woman like this carries her purse here. May not be funny, but it's true. Don't you carry your purse here? You know why? Because your clothing doesn't fit right, so you want to be prepared at all times to make your clothes fit right. After the age of 40, you need your hands free to be able to adjust your clothing. Fix this, okay, great, thank you. May I speak with your manager, please? That's what you do. You get incensed. What you have to do is you get indignant when you go and talk to the manager. Let him know that you mean business. May I speak with the manager, please? Yes, the heat was on. Never mind, the heat was on. And you use words that begin with in and un. Just take words and add in and un in front of them to impress them. I have been inconvenienced, and that is unacceptable. Did you see that? Did you see how indignant I got? I am unamused and inconsolable. I know what they'll do. You know what they do to get you out of the store and happy? Give you a coupon. I'm trying to help you. Get your coupons. I was going to go through your purse. Let's see. Look, it's safe. I'm going to go through your purse. What's in your purse? Hold on. I'm going to share with you. Now, this is lovely. This is quality. This is nice. What do you have in here? Let's see. Oh, this is wonderful. You have a lovely wallet and some, oh, what's this, a coupon? No. It's a pocket monkey. What in the world is a pocket monkey? The pocket monkey is the world's thinnest utility tool. It's shaped like a monkey. And oh, look, you see back for 12 functions. Well, I believe I will. This is fabulous. Where did you get this? It was a gift from a friend. I love this friend. This is, ladies and gentlemen, the pocket monkey. I've never met this woman a day in my life. Do I know you? Hello. But I'm going to take this when I'm going. Thank you. It's a bottle opener. It's a flat screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a micro screwdriver. What do you mean a phone kickstand? Me, that's why it's not off the card yet. She said she hasn't figured it out. And an orange peeler. Who just needs? Why do you just need? I feel like having an orange. Let me just pull out my pocket monkey. Wait, your thumbs don't work anymore, lady? What is this? A door latch slip, an earbuds cord wrap. Don't you just take your earbuds and just throw it in your pocket or something? A letter opener. A ruler and a straight edge. This is fabulous, and I want to thank you so much for coming to the show. I'm teasing. Thank you. I don't want to, but I'm going to, is it pocketmonkey.com? I swear. I have to have one. It is actually, it's Zootility Tools. Just to prove to you that I don't have an act, I just thought I'd go in some random lady's purse. What is your name, madam? Charlene. Everyone thank Charlene for letting me play. I fixed that. If everything else fell, but not your purse. Thank you. Give Charlene, is it? Get some love. Okay. Okay. I am really silly. Thank you. Thank you. That pocket monkey. Do they have them in other animals? I want a pocket ocelot. All right, so I am thrilled to be here. We have a fantastic show for you. Did I say a fantastic show? Everyone say fantastic show. Oh, you're good. You're good. It's a cold winter's night. I'm going to put this in place like I promised the audiovisual department that I would. What you see is what you get with me. By the by, how many of you have watched Living Single? You know that show, Living Single, that was on? Thank you. Thank you. I was the lovable Sinclair on that show. Woo, woo, woo. That's what my character used to say. I want to tell you for the record, it was an awesome, awesome experience to do 5 years with all those people. Look at who I got to work with. I got to work with Queen Latifah, you know, Oscar nominee and cover girl. And I'll tell you some inside scoop. She never came to work on time once. She's a rapper. She doesn't have to come to work until she feels like coming to work, and she didn't. And do you know how we knew that she was at work? You would hear her booming bass from the car from like 2 miles away. And it would be, and your body would actually move towards the stage. Like, oh, she's here, she's here, she's here. That's how we know. Look at who I got to work with. I know my ladies and gentlemen in the audience who are of an advanced age. Kim Fields, little Tootie from Facts of Life. The little funny bangs she used to have. Remember those bangs? They gave me such concern. The sisters in the audience know what I'm talking about. It was just scary to me. Look who I got to work with. Erica Alexander, who was Cousin Pam on The Cosby Show. Can I say the word Cosby? I'm scared. I don't even want to go there. But I will never take a cocktail or Coca-Cola or Jell-O from him ever again. Okay, moving on. I have no jokes. Look what I got to work with Overton, John Hinton, the guy who played my boyfriend/husband. Can I tell you, to kiss him and get paid for it was my delight. And he would be trying to slip me the tongue, too. Like, put that tongue back in your mouth. There's stories there I could tell. And my other is T.C. Carson. You're the one who played Kyle Barker. He's very, very in tune with his Africanness. Never mind that he's from Chicago. He just is very clear about his roots. And every time he walked onto the set, it was almost as if you could hear the distant African drums. Unda-da, unde-de, unda-da. He had those girls behind him dancing, doing that little dance. It was wonderful. It's good times. It was good times. So thank you all for watching the show as long as you have. I receive those residual checks, and I buy myself, you know, hair and perfume and all kinds of manner of things to keep myself cool. And a pocket monkey, boom, I'm all over it. All right, if we're having a good time, I did promise you a fantastic show. I want you to say it again. You know you're going to have a what? Well, then let's get it going right now. Our next comic coming to the stage, he was on Conan this year. This year ain't but a few days old, but he was on Conan this year. He's also been on Letterman. He has his own comedy special, half-hour special. Please welcome to the stage, Michael Palascak. Fantastic show.
Kim Cole, everybody. Yeah. Right? Right? I got a new hat today. From the University of Findlay. Yeah. I want people to be able to see my eyes. I locked my keys in my car today, too. I like that I got the hat better. Little small tragedy, right? I never worried about locking my keys in my car and then it happens, but then I worry about other things and it doesn't happen. Like I was worried about Ebola, didn't happen. Then I started taking airborne and then I stopped worrying about Ebola. I was like, I'll be okay. It was scary there for a little bit when that lady flew on the plane and she had Ebola, and then Frontier Airlines had to call like 800 people who might have been near that plane and just leave a voicemail like, hey, thank you for flying Frontier Airlines. You may have Ebola. For future bookings, go to flyfrontier.com. I was buying a flight the day that news came out from Chicago to Cleveland, and I found a flight on Frontier that was really cheap. I bought it immediately. Then I found out that news, and I was like, I got the Ebola rate. That's me raising the roof of my house I just bought with the money I saved from my Ebola rate. I don't want anybody to get Ebola, but it would be great if other things were associated with Ebola. Like it'd be great if it was like a rumor that a guy that worked at the Porsche factory had Ebola and he coughed a lot, and now all Porsches are $5. And you're like, why is that homeless man driving a Porsche? That's all he can afford right now. He drives that one, he lives in the other one. Tough times. The weirdest part about Ebola for me was the news. The news came out when everyone had Ebola, or the people had Ebola. The big news headline was, "Make sure you wash your hands." That was the news story. I thought we were doing that. It makes me want to get Ebola so I don't have to shake all these people's hands. Lock me away and give them my handy wipes. It's stupid. Wash your hands. As if we'd be like, all right, well, okay, what about sneezing in each other's mouths? Should we not do that anymore either? Back to pioneer days, I guess. It's free to wash your hands. The only time it's not free is if you're at a really nice restaurant. And you should definitely tip that bathroom attendant because he's on the front lines of Ebola. And we need to support our troops. I do stand up for a job. Semi-professionally, I play baseball. By semi-professionally, I mean not professionally. I was in a league during the summer. It's kind of weird being in an adult league. Like I played in high school, and now I play, and it doesn't matter anymore. Like this summer, I was in center field, and the ball's in the air. And when you're a kid and they teach you how to play outfield, they're like, all right, if you think you can get it, you say, I got it, and then you have to get it. That's what the coach told me. But that's not true. You can get them next time, but no one ever taught me that. So this summer, the ball's hitting the air. I was like, I got it. And I started running. I realized I didn't get it. I wasn't going to get it. And I couldn't be like, just joking. Hope you guys were still running after that one, because there is no way. So I was running, and I realized I wasn't going to get it, but I was thinking, I can't be a failure. So I dove and broke my wrist, and I blame our education system. No one taught me how to fail as a kid. You know, if you fail in school, they just make you redo it. That's not how life works. If at the end of the month a bank calls me, I was like, Michael, you owe some money on this credit card. I can't just be like, all right, I'm just going to redo last month. So make some different choices. Like, no, you have to pay us. It's okay. My parents will sign the bill. They say they saw it. It'll be great. It'll be kind of awkward because everyone's doing next month and I'm doing this month again, but they'll appreciate my wisdom for sure. I think if I was an elementary school teacher, I would try to teach my kids something they would fail at every month just to teach them how to accept that failure, embrace it almost. Like I would try to teach like third graders calculus but only speak Spanish. And I don't even speak Spanish that well. So and then I would fail them, and then I would remind them that really they were failing themselves. And they would start crying, like, why'd you try to teach us calculus while speaking Spanish? And I'd be like, well, because someday you might be playing in an adult league baseball game. And you might think that you got it, but you don't got it. And you might run, and you might be like, I gotta dive. You're like, no, you don't have to dive. You'd be like, you know what? I also failed Spanglish calculus. And if I can fail at that, then I can fail at anything. I have a girlfriend. I'm in a relationship. She's very sensitive or critical. I'm not sure which. If ever I'm quiet for a little bit, she'll just be like, what are you thinking? I'm not going to tell you that. That's why I didn't say it out loud. That's how thinking works. I think things, and the things I want to say, I say, and the things that I think will hurt your feelings, I don't say. You can't just ask. I'm not going to lose you because you got to know me better. I'm Catholic. I don't believe in thoughts before marriage. Yeah. And I don't appreciate the pressure. I just get nervous when she asks, like I'm being recorded forever. Like that's what I was thinking. You know, like that moment at a wedding when the camera guy gets in your face. Like, what do you want to tell the bride and groom? Prove us wrong. That was a thought. Sometimes I'm thinking nice things, and I'll say those things out loud. Like one time I was with my girlfriend, and I was like, I feel really lucky to be with you. And she said, nice. Oh, did your friend just do a cool skateboard move? Is that how she'll be as a mother? Her son will be like, I love you, mommy. She'll just be like, yeah, boy. You love your mommy. M to the O to the M-M-Y. I don't know. I think I love my girlfriend. I told her one time, and I realized immediately I shouldn't have told her. I was with her, and I was like, I love you. And she screamed, you do? No. Let me rephrase. I feel happy around you. I feel around you how I do around cake. That's, I think 50 Cent said it best. That's one benefit of food over people is that you can tell food how you really feel, and it'll never freak out about it, right? You never see that McDonald's commercial, right? The guy's like, I'm loving it. All of a sudden, Ronald McDonald busts in like, whoa, man. We have a lot of other customers, so this isn't an exclusive relationship. Oh, this is why the McRib is a limited time only. People get too attached. I don't know. With my girlfriend for a little bit, we went to a wedding together. We went to my girlfriend's ex-boyfriend's wedding. Kind of weird. It would have been weird if it was just me. Like, that would have been really weird. Just to be like, hey, I just want to check out some references. What do you guys got on this one? It was kind of weird because she said that she broke up with him, and I didn't want it to be awkward, but I don't know what to say to him when I mean, like, congratulations. How did you get out? Just make him feel better. I just don't get it. Like, whenever I've been a part of a relationship, if it ends, I usually make sure to immediately say things that disqualify me from ever being invited to things like that. So I don't have to worry about it. It's kind of weird being, like, I've gone to friends who are girls' weddings, but it's always kind of like, I always feel like at some point that I feel like they I feel like they're asking me on a date, like a little bit. When I get the invitation in the mail, I'm like, they sent me a letter. This is going to be a weird time to have a first date with her when she's getting married. I don't know. They had a slideshow during the wedding that showed, like, the bride and the groom and, like, different like growing up, all the different happy moments, and then they showed a bunch of happy moments together, which was nice. It's just I didn't need it, you know? Like, I was at the wedding. It's not like I was sitting there being like, I'm going to need some photographic evidence. Set to music. Have they rock climbed together yet? Because if they haven't, I'm going to need to see them on a zip line, at least. That's what it was. It was like a lot of cool stuff they did. It just made me feel inadequate about my own relationship. Like, we don't do outdoors stuff. The closest thing we come to doing something outdoors is if my girlfriend rides her bike for a little bit, gets tired, and then calls me and I pick her up in my Jeep. That's a less exciting slideshow, right? The first slide is me watching a football game, enjoying myself. The second slide is me in my car not enjoying myself. The third one is me trying to fit the bike in and then scraping my car. And then the last one is we get ice cream, which that's a pretty good slideshow. I travel a lot for this job, so sometimes we're long distance, which makes it hard. It's also hard because it's my girlfriend. She's difficult. One time we were talking on the phone and she hung up on me because she was wrong. And we've been there, right, guys? So wrong, they don't even have time to say goodbye. I thought we were breaking up. She called me back. She's like, Michael, that doesn't mean we're breaking up. If we were to break up, we'll know it. We'll sit down. We'll talk about what we've learned. I don't think I'm going to be there. Why don't you go ahead and text me what you learned? And I'll read it out loud to my friends at the bar. The good part about technology is that I can talk to my girlfriend and I can see her at the same time because of like FaceTime, which is great. Like it's like she's there. It's just like a really small version of her in my phone. It's like I'm dating my phone. It's great. The only bad part is sometimes my reception's not that good, so it'll like freeze, like the picture will freeze on her, and like she'll be moving and blinking, so it's like a frozen, half blurry picture of her. And I'm looking at that miles and miles away for like seconds on end, and I just start to question things. I don't know how to say this nicely, but she's not that attractive when she's blurry. I don't want my kids to look like that when they're blurry. I go to their soccer games, they run by, I'm like, that is so ugly. Just play goalie, stand still. I don't know. Sometimes they say it's hard, though. They say relationships are hard work, and I never thought that until I was in a relationship for a while with her. And there are times, that are harder. Like, there's sometimes when she's talking that I wish I was sitting in a college classroom. That way I would at least get credit for learning all the trivial things about her life. I'm just saying, knowing whether her kindergarten teacher was nice or not isn't going to win me any money on Jeopardy. I don't know. My older brother, he's got a family and stuff. My older brother became a dad on exactly the same day that I became an uncle. What? What are the odds? My parents brag about their grandson like, Michael, they came over for Halloween. We showed Nathan a pumpkin. He went up and he touched it. And then, before they left, he went up and he touched that pumpkin again. Nathan is so smart. I don't know. He's got really good pumpkin recognition right now. I feel weird. Like when I hear that, I don't hear Nathan is so smart. I hear, Michael, we just realized that by comparison, you were a dumb baby. One time you got lost crawling into a corner. There was only one way out. If you've ever seen a corner, you would know that. We're like, oh, he'll figure out reverse. He will. But you didn't. You're like a broken Roomba. You've come so far. I don't know if he's smart. Like I was over there around the holidays when he was like 1.5, and I thought we'd play with his toys, but all he did was like pick up different things around the house that he could pick up and move it to one part of the house, and then 5 minutes later, he'd move it back to where it was. It's kind of crazy. Unless maybe it was his work day. Like if he could talk, he'd be like, we gotta get this pillow to the living room by 2:15, get it back in the kitchen by 2:20, and then I gotta drag the laundry basket across the floor. It's too much. Just trying to get into a good preschool. I don't know. He found my older brother's hat, and he would carry the hat for a little bit, and then he would drop the hat because he's not very good at his job. I wanted to let him go. There's just a lot of red tape. He's in a really good union. Every time he would drop it, he would like cry and get upset, and we pick it up, give it to him, walk further, drop it, cry, get upset. Looking back, I just wish it would have been like, dude, it doesn't matter. Pretty much everything you've done today does not matter. You just created these problems in your life so you would feel important. You don't need to feel important to be happy. We're just buying time till you take a nap. You not doing anything is worth way more than all this stuff you're doing. You don't need to create this problem of this thing that doesn't even matter just so you feel important. And then I would realize that he and I are very similar. And that's why I dive for baseballs. I don't know. It's weird being around kids. Sometimes I'll miss being a kid, and then I'll see a kid in public like freak out about something, and I'm like, I don't miss that. right? Like I was in a doctor's office waiting room one time, and this kid was playing with his dad's iPad. You know how we did when we were kids. And he almost threw the iPad. He got upset. He was like, oh, and he didn't throw it, but he almost did. The dad took the iPad away, and the kid went, but I didn't even drop it. I just did that one thing. And the dad was like, you can't play with it right now. So the kid went, but I didn't even drop it. I just did that one thing. And the dad was like, you can't play with it for the rest of the day now. So the kid was like, but I didn't even drop it. I just did that one thing. The dad was like, 2 days. I'm in the room still, just sitting there, really invested. I'm just thinking, shut up, kid, you're never going to get it back. I know you didn't drop it. I saw it. Heck, you only did that one thing. We're going to be, but that's not what's important. What's important is getting that thing back so you can do as many things you want to do. He just kept going, though. 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. I should have went up to the dad at some point and just been like, sir, I was just watching. I just want to let you know. He didn't even drop it. He just did that one thing. Kind of an extreme punishment. It takes a village. But then he would probably take away my iPhone for a week, and I have to FaceTime my blurry girlfriend. 7 days, 8 days, 9, 10 days. If I was rich, I would have went up to that kid and just given him cash and just be like, here, go buy your own thing. We don't need that man in your life anymore. I called child services. They were like, did he drop it? I was like, no. They were like, well, how many things did he do? I was like, just one. "10 days, the kid finally stopped yelling. I started to feel a little bit relaxed. You know, I was like, all right, 10 days. He'll probably get 5 days for good behavior. 3 days, kids' dads don't count very well. But then, half hour goes by. They start to leave the doctor's office. The dad just hands the iPad back to the kid like it was all a fun game. And I was an idiot for believing any of it was real. Like, I was the stupid. I should have kept looking at my highlights magazine. I never found that shoe on that page. There is an unfound shoe on the March 2013. 10 days to 30 minutes. We wonder why our kids are bad at math. It starts at home. But then, as they're leaving the building, the dad didn't hold the door very well for the kid. The door hit the kid. Then the kid dropped it. It was beautiful. It was like seeing a sunset for the first time. All the colors. It didn't break or anything. I just, like, you couldn't imagine it happening that way. And then once it does, you couldn't imagine it happening any other way. It was like a tragic poem. It's beautiful. I don't know. I like being an adult, but I hold on to things from my childhood. Like, I still own a Ninja Turtle t-shirt. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It says Turtle Power. It's from Hot Topic. I was wearing it recently in a Macy's, and there's an older lady working at the register, and she saw my shirt, and she was just like, oh, Turtle Power. I like that. Slow and steady wins the race. You're old school Turtle Power. That's original Turtle Power right there. I like buying shoes. I was buying I like talking to people who work at stores. I was buying shoes one time, and I was making conversation with this guy that worked there. I was buying these old school New Balances. I was like, are these running shoes? Can I run in these? And the guy was like, no, they're more for walking around in. Yeah. So I responded by saying, what if there's danger? Can I run if there's danger? Or do I not have the arch support for an emergency situation? It's fun. I like to have fun. I have a little cousin. She's really cute. I like to play checkers with her. One time it was weird. She asked a lot of questions. She's like, Michael, how come our checkers has 2 players, but Chinese checkers has 6? I'm like, oh, there's a lot more people in China. My dad actually went to China one time for work, so it was cool because I got to learn things about another country. I was talking to him on the phone. I was like, hey, Dad, how's it going? He's like, well, can't complain. I was like, oh, so things are going well? He was like, no, Michael, I'm in China. I can't complain. I haven't really traveled a lot to other countries. When I was in college, I had a girlfriend who always wanted to travel a lot, and she got a job teaching in St. Martin in the Caribbean, and I went down there to visit her, and she kept coming up with things for me to do around the island that were kind of intimidating. She'd be like, Michael, they have this thing down here where you can learn how to scuba dive. They take you underwater, and they throw meat around you. Then the sharks come and eat it. Then you're swimming with the sharks. No. If you want to break up, you can just tell me. You don't need to hire a shark as a hitman. Like, no, Michael, the shark's down here. No, not to eat humans. Like, we don't eat them, and they don't eat us. Like, oh, I don't know if I trust a shark's discretion in this matter. I'm a human. I've accidentally bitten my own finger trying to eat chicken wings too fast. I'm watching a football game like, wow, wow. That tastes good, barbecue sauce. So after college, I started doing stand-up. I used to drive kind of an old car to shows. Whenever I accelerated and it was cold outside, the inside lights would flicker on and off for no reason. And the locks would go back and forth really fast at the same time. I never brought that in to get it fixed. I don't know how I would even explain that to somebody. Like, what's wrong with your car? Pretty sure. The previous owner is still inside. See you tomorrow. It's a cool job for traveling, though, because I got to be home for my mom's birthday one year on the day of the birthday, which is cool. A couple days before, I was like, Mom, what do you want for your birthday? She said, I just want someone to help me clean out the basement. Well, it's not Make-A-Wish. So I don't know. Way to dream big, though. I was always raised to dream big. Except I remember when I was in middle school, I had a teacher that tried to predict what kind of jobs we would have based on who we were then in 8th grade, which is always a good time to do that. She would go around the classroom and ask us questions and then predict. Like, one kid would be like, I like sports. And she'd be like, Coach. I remember it came around to me, and I just said what was in my heart. I was like, I just want to have fun. She looked at me, and she was like, well, you're going to get a divorce. Michael, what'd you learn in school today? That I'm going to have to give away half my video games. Someone give the good ones to my younger brother now so she can't touch those. There's no way she's getting Zelda. Travel a lot. I was on an airplane one time, and they were taking drink orders, and I was sitting next to 2 Latina ladies, and the lady in the window seat said she wanted an agua, which is Spanish for water. I know that because of Aquaman. The lady in the middle seat said she wanted an agua as well, so it came to me, and I wanted water, but I didn't know which language I was supposed to pick. I can say agua, but I don't know a lot of Spanish after that. I was kind of afraid that they would think I was a poser, which is kind of crazy, but at the time, I guess I thought that I'd be like agua, and then they'd start speaking Spanish to me, and then I'd have to be like, no, just agua. So I was like, maybe I'll just say water, because that's my home language. But then I got nervous, because they're expressing themselves culturally. I don't want to appear to shoot that down. Right? I was kind of afraid that I would say water, and they would hear, we need to build a fence around this country. So those are my two options, racist or poser. Luckily, I just chose to be honest. I looked at the flight attendant, and I was like, I want water, but I don't know what to say. I just wish we all spoke all the languages so it didn't even matter. You know, be like, agua, como talebo, Japan. Or maybe we just all would have ordered Sprite. You know, like, what do you want to drink? Sprite, Sprite, Sprite. I was going to do accents, but it didn't work out. So maybe next year. I don't know. I've learned things when I fly. Like I like sitting in the last row of the plane because if your seat leans back, you can lean back without like bothering anybody's space. Also, I heard it's safer. I'm not sure why. Maybe if the plane crashes, everyone in front of you becomes an airbag. I don't know. I don't know the physics behind it, but you might be like, oh, I just got saved by a first class spleen. I don't know the biology behind it either. Anyways, recently I was flying to Wichita. What? The one in Kansas. And I was really excited because I was walking back to my seat and I was in the last row. There was like a lady in the window seat, and then there's my seat, and then there's a man standing next to my seat. I started to put myself up in the overhead, and he was like, hey. And I ignored him because he's a stranger. Yeah. Safety first. I finished putting my stuff up, and he was still there. He's like, hey, this is my wife. Do you mind switching me seats? You can sit up front. I can sit next to my wife. And I didn't know him. So I was just like, no. I really like sitting in the back. Is that okay? I didn't go into detail. I thought that might be kind of rude to be like, that way if you crash and you become an airbag. I live longer. You're dead. Sorry about. Maybe we won't crash. Anyways, I just thought, I'd be like, is that okay? And he'd be like, yeah. But he didn't. I was like, is that okay? He was like, yeah, if you want to sit next to my wife. That's not what this is about. I just like sitting in the back. He just turned it into, you may have your wife forever, but I have her for now. Really? I'm going to try to steal your wife on the way to Wichita, Kansas? Like, what's up, baby? Once this plane hits the ground, we're going to claim our free land. I don't know a lot about Kansas. He's just being so mean. I wish I would have made fun of him. Just be like, oh, you're going to miss your wife. Oh, you're going to be way up there. And she's going to be way back here. And you're going to forget that you love each other. You're going to be on totally different places. You're going to be getting your drink, and she's going to be thirsty. And so you're going to try to bring your drink back to her because you're a good husband, but the drink cart's going to be in the way. So you're not going to be able to get back there, and then the seatbelt light's going to come on, and then the U.S. Air Marshals are going to arrest you for being up during the seatbelt light being on, and then she'll come visit you in prison, but it won't ever be the same. Maybe I should have been more sympathetic, but they're married. You know, they're supposed to be together forever. It was an hour and 15-minute flight. Hour and 15 minutes out of forever, that's 0. I took calculus. And I just use it in a real life situation. Stay in school. It's easy to make fun of marriage because it's forever and there's no way out or whatever. But like, it must be nice to know that if you are married to someone, that legally someone has to hang out with you. They have to. They said they would. Like, hey, we're going to the movies. I don't want to go to the movies. Okay, do you want me to call the state of Michigan? We said we would, so we should probably let them know if we're not going to do that anymore. I've never had anybody that legally had to hang out with me, I guess. Like when I was in high school, my parents legally had to know where I was. But I didn't want to hang out with them because I was cool or whatever I told myself. I like girls, but my mom wasn't my type. Also, it's my mom. That's gross. I don't know. But then I got a little older, finished college, and my parents started going on awesome vacations without me. And I was just like, whoa, I need more guidance. You can't go on vacation without me. I don't know enough about the world. The other day I was peeling an orange, and then I put my contact lens in, and my eyes burned. No one ever taught me that oranges were dangerous. I don't know. I remember the first time I overheard my parents talking about going on vacation without me. I thought I was going too. I got excited. I was like, "Oh yeah, vacation." My dad was just like, "Oh, it's just your mother and I." Awkward. I thought you were bringing everyone that you loved. I didn't know that the team made cuts. That's why it must be nice, you know? When you're married, you have that security. When you're just single or just starting to date somebody, you don't have that. Like out of college, you start dating somebody. You could go out with the girl one night, and then 2 weeks could go by where you don't hear from her. Like, hypothetically. Like, 2 weeks. And then if she actually wanted to hang out with you, she's just busy or whatever, you just have to be okay with those 2 weeks. You can't freak out about it. You have to be calm. She's like, "Oh, yeah, I was busy, too, for 2 weeks. Yeah, I normally date bi-weekly anyways, so." You know, it just makes sense for my kickball schedule at work. But 2 weeks is a long time. If you're married to someone and you didn't see her or hear from her for 2 weeks for no reason at all, you have to report her as a missing person. She's a gone girl. You have to cry in front of the police. Like, people care. You're a suspect, but people care. If someone just doesn't call you back, you can't report them as missing. Like, you can't start a search. If you run into her on the street, you can't be like, "You're alive! I'm in a t-shirt with your face on it. It says never forget." That's your first name. I couldn't remember how to spell your last name. And then she's just like, "Oh, I just want to be friends." You're like, "Oh, I ordered a lot of shirts." Grew up in a small town, and then my parents moved to the Chicago area when I went to college, and my dad pulled me aside, before we started living in the bigger cities. Like, "Michael, if you're ever walking around late at night, it's okay. Just make sure you're walking in a way so that if people think they want to hurt you, think they might want to attack you, they have to think that they might get hurt. They just have to think they have to walk in a way that might get them hurt." And I don't know what that is exactly, but I would like walk. If I was I would like turn my head a lot or roll up my sleeves. Which I don't think that ever turned anybody away. Like, "We gotta mug that guy." No, he has bare forearms. And he's got like a bird like an owl, a neck like an owl. He could hurt us. But there was one night where I didn't even think about it. It was really late at night. I parked my car really far away from where I was going, and it was like really late. Like after even all the bars closed, like 4:30 in the morning, I was dragging my suitcase and stuff. And I landed really late at night, then I had dinner with my girlfriend late. So it's just like dragging my stuff. And all of a sudden, a guy came around the corner. And I don't think I was dressed very well. Like I had a hoodie on, but I had a Mickey Mouse on it, so I don't think that's that tough. It was vintage, but still. This guy came around the corner, and I didn't realize it was happening right away. Like he had at first I thought it was like my friend. Like he started to make eye contact, and I was like, "Oh, that's." But then like he had a thing pulled over his nose, and I was like, "Oh, Danny doesn't wear those." And he went to like grab my shoulder, and that's when I knew I was getting mugged. And I was like, "Oh, I'm getting mugged." I got an experience. So I like spun away from him because I played football in high school, and like I was in the middle of the road, and that's when I remembered that you're not supposed to like keep your stuff if someone asks for it because they could have a gun or something. So I just screamed, "Take everything!" as loud as I could, and I like dropped my backpack and laptop, and I started running, and then I tripped and cut my knee. And I was just laying there, and he sort of looked at the whole situation, and he left, and he didn't take anything. I like to think he thought that I could hurt him, but I don't think that was what he was thinking. Yeah. I'm a mugger's worst nightmare because I can scream really loud. It was a weird police interview. They're like, "It was a white guy?" I was like, "Yeah, it was a white guy." They're like, "Did he take anything?" I'm like, "No, but I offered. So what are you going to do?" What are you going to do? I don't know. I got to wrap this up in a couple minutes to keep the show going. I want to let you guys know that I have a CD that came out a couple months ago, August, so it's more than a couple, but it's called Job Opening. If you want one, I'll have them after the show. It's my stand-up. It's not my jazz. That'll come out next year. That it won't come out. It's only $5 if you want one. If you're a college kid, you don't have cash, just let me know if you really want it, and I'll just give it to you for whatever you have or whatever. I'll sign it. I'll crack it open and sign. If you don't want me to sign it, I'll sign that one, then give you a different one. I'll just look at the signed one and remember you forever. I don't know. What else? One of my friends is in a relationship right now, and his girlfriend's a little older than us, but it's okay. She's still really pretty. And he doesn't like it because she's really successful. Like he said this one time, he's like, I just hate it. And my girlfriend makes more money than me. Oh, I hope she loses her job. Maybe we can frame her for a felony. Like, I just don't get it. He has a girlfriend who he loves, and she has a lot of money. He took two good things, put them together, and found a way to complain about it. That'd be like if I was like, oh, I got these awesome Super Bowl tickets, and they want me to play. I hate today. I thought about it more. There are moments where I have two good things, and I still complain. Like if I'm on a date with my girlfriend, that's like a good thing. And then we order dessert, which is like another good thing. And then because she's there, I get less dessert. And that's what I complain about. Not out loud, that would be rude. She starts digging in. I'm just like, really? I thought you wanted a little, but you're almost at a quarter, so I don't know if you remember fractions, but you're pushing on through to a half pretty soon. So if I knew you were getting a half, I would have ordered 2 more halves, which is the whole, just to review. Yeah. I just want to get to the point in a relationship where she can be like, what are we going to do now? And I can be like, well, I'm going to order dessert. And you're going to keep your fork on that side of the table. I don't know. Love is weird, you know, because people love their families, and if they're married, they love their spouse. And it's the same word, but it's different. Like one of my friends got a divorce. I was like, what happened? He's like, oh, I just didn't feel like I loved her anymore. Oh, I don't feel like I love my family sometimes. But I've never been like, you know what? I need to find a younger, hotter family. I've never been accused of cheating on my parents. That'd be weird. Come home late at night, my mom's up crying, like, Michael, where have you been? You smell like meatloaf. You've been at the Thompsons. Was it good, Michael? Was it better than mine? I hope it was, because you're never getting it here, ever again. My parents have been together my whole life, so I think I did a good job with them. I asked my mom one time how that worked out. I was like, Mom, how did you know that that was the person that you wanted to marry, and that's when you wanted to get married? She looked at me and she's like, well, Michael, when you meet the right person, you just know. Good talk. What if I know and she doesn't? How's that gonna work out? It's like, hey, I really want to hang out more. Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, I just know. So, get in the car. Our future kids will be like, Dad, how did you meet Mom? It's like, well, I just knew. So I took her. And I kept her with me until she knew too. So, and that's how you know when she is not going to press charges anymore. Thanks, you guys, so much. I'm Michael Palascak. I'll see you afterwards.
Keep it going for Michael. He's funny, right? He is fantastic. I promised you a what? A fantastic show. So it's time for me to check in with some people. I need to check in with my Scott. Scott. How you doing, Scott? Now, your friends are what? Jason, Todd, Josh, Doug, Tyler, John. What now? Hey, Robbie. You fellas are doing all right? Testosterone right there. Good. Checking in with testosterone. Checking with my estrogen. Charlene, is it? Charlene is doing fine. Hello. And Charlene has who with her? Who your family members, your people? Nice. Sean and Maria. Nice. I'm going to have some cute. Do they have children yet? Have they given you some grandbabies yet? A grand kitty. Kitty or kitty as in kitty? Oh, she's named her cat, her grand kitty. That's okay. It's a grand kitty. But named Jean-Claude. Jean D. Claude. Thank you. Spayed and neutered and all of that kind of stuff. I know nothing. I have no cats or children. So what do I know? A grand kitty. And who named the kitty? He was a rescue kitty with the name John D. Claude. I like it. I need to check in with my nuclear medicine, Dr. Love, Dr. Fix-It-All, Dr. What's your name, sir? Dr. Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali. I can't make that up. Dr. Muhammad Ali. I love that. Do you float like a butterfly, sting like a bee? Stop it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Again, I'm so happy to meet you. I hope I never see you again. You get it. I mean that rude. I'm just checking with people. I haven't met the rest of you. You're alone in the rest of the front row. Who are you and why are you alone? You're beautiful. Who are you? What now? Tiara, hello, how are you? And you're really shy now. I've called attention to you. I'm really sorry. You're really beautiful. Do you not have a gentleman date with you? No. You don't even want one. Trust me, they're overrated. Thank you. I've been married before. Sent him packing. Well, hello, and thank you. I'm glad I called attention to you, even though you're sort of shy. But now you're part of the show. And aren't you glad I didn't go through your purse? Okay. Up top, hello, the balcony. That's the party section right there. I love it. I love it. I just want to, before I bring up our next performer, listen, I don't want to brag, okay, but I've met Oprah. There, I've said it. Thank you. And I want to tell you a story. I got a story about it. Want to hear it? Here it goes. So I met Oprah Winfrey. I got a chance to do a show on her network. The show got canceled. Don't judge me. That's what happens. It was a game show, and they told us that Oprah was going to be coming to the set on Monday. So it was Friday, and they said, get ready over the weekend. She's coming on Monday. And I was like, oh my God, I want to be ready. I want to be a vessel of empty light and joy and peace. And oh my God, I started reading all scriptures, everything. I opened the Bible and the Bhagavad Gita, and I put a dot right there, and I was Namya Horingekyo. I was doing everything. I just wanted to study everything. And I was like, I meditated like, Oprah. Just in case I wanted to cover myself all the way. I talked to the angels. I talked to the Greek gods. I was just ready. I wanted to be vessel of light and joy when she met me. Okay, so 4 o'clock comes on Monday, and she's still not there. I've been waiting all day and eating the free food. By the way, show business is really all about the free food. Think about it, kids. Just get into show business just for the free food. And so there's the free food, and I'm eating a quesadilla, and I don't even particularly like that much cheese, but there it was because it stops me up, mucus. Thank you. Am I sharing too much? I've got the microphone. You're my willing people. Okay, so let me just get to the story. So I'm really nervous, and I'm having my quesadilla, and it's 4 o'clock, and she's still not there. And I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to eat the food, and I don't care. And all of a sudden, where I'm standing is sort of dark. It was like, like here, and the makeup artist was fixing my makeup, and the girl was fixing it. I was like, it's kind of dark here, you guys. Let's just go stand in the light. And when I walked into the light, Oprah was already there. Oh, like she carries her own light, right? And she floats like Jesus on the water. She didn't even really walk. I was like, is she floating? I hope I don't mean to offend. I mean, did I offend you? I didn't mean to offend. I mean, okay, thank you. Okay. I'll never be asked back. Okay, but she just was really just like there and light. The energy that she had, you could feel her energy. She was just wonderful. And I didn't know what to say to her. What do you say to Oprah? I mean, she's one of the most powerful women on the face of the earth and my new boss. And so I looked at her, and I was just like, yay! I said yay to Oprah Winfrey. Now, she looked at me because she had not really ever had that response to her before. This is a woman who's met heads of state, and she hangs out with very important, amazing people, and she didn't know quite what to do with it. So she did that thing with me that you always see in movies, like sci-fi movies, like the robot or like the Borg looks at the human being from their perspective. You see the readout, like. Did Kim Coles just say yay? Well, is she simple and slow? And I saw her download the proper response. You know what she said to me? She looked me dead in the eye and she went, yay! Oprah met me where I was. It's a true story, true story. All right, speaking of meeting people where they are, now coming to the stage is your next and last performer, and oh, you're in for a treat. I promised you what? The fantastic show continues right now. Please welcome to the stage a man who has been on Last Comic Standing and just finished touring 40 countries, the very funny Remy.
Hello. Give this woman a hand right there. Give her a hand. Wow. You get quiet fast. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy? Not so happy. Good. I'm glad to be here. Very glad to be here. I was recently in Central Canada. There's one word I would use to describe Central Canada. It would not be diverse. It's the only place I've ever been where I've actually overheard somebody say, "Look, another one!" I told you! People were taking pictures of me with their camera phone. Look at that. Who is it? I don't know. Tiger Woods. It's Tiger Woods. It's very cold there, too. It's very cold. It's one of those places, as soon as you get off the plane, you think, my God, this is the worst place on earth to shoot a Girls Gone Wild video. Ladies of Central Canada, take it off. Woo! I got something for you right here. Hold on. One more. It's like, hurry up, sweetie, you're sobering up. Then I went to Singapore. If you ever get a chance, go to Singapore. Nothing as empowering as being the tallest person in the entire country. Little kids called me Shaq. Felt like a celebrity. Went to every nightclub, every restaurant. Huge lines. Not for me. Right on in. They didn't know who I was, but really, who's going to stop you? You know, the bouncer's only about that tall. Little tiny guy. They're just like New York bouncers, too. He's like, no, bro, you can't come in. He's like, you can't come in. Look at you. He's adorable. Where can I get one of these? Look at him. You can come in. All right. Well, Daddy's thirsty. There we go. Put some ice on that. Yep, 40 countries. Went to 40 countries. That was pretty exciting. Went to China. That was nice. Went to India. Oh, my God. Amazing culture. Don't drink the water. Yeah, you won't be able to trust a sneeze. I'm talking diarrhea with a countdown. You're trying to have a conversation with somebody. Yeah, really? Your mom in an operation? It's horrible. What happened? I gotta go! 3, 2. People ask me what was the most beautiful place I went to. Most beautiful place I went to, hands down, was Alaska. Went to Alaska for the first time. Saw a moose in the wild. By applause here. How many people here have seen a moose in the wild before? Ah! Sir, let me ask you this. Was it When the first time you saw this moose, was it bigger than you thought it would be? Yes. For those that don't know, they're just little dinosaurs. I thought a moose was the same size as a large horse. I thought this was me petting a moose. You know what this is? This is me petting a moose, but with the back of my hand. And they don't like that. Which is strange because I love it. I love how it feels on the back of my hand. It's sort of furry. Smells like ass. Horrible smelling animals. Horrible. There's a sign on my hotel door that says, "Beware of moose," with a list of things you're supposed to do if you see a moose. I did what most New Yorkers would do. I took a picture of it and posted it on Facebook. The next day at 5 a.m., I decided I'm going to go out to my rental car, do a little drive, see a little bit of Alaska, open the door to my hotel. Between me and my rental car is a fully grown bull moose. Now, if you grew up in an urban area and there's a large mammal between you and your rental car, you'd probably do the same thing I did. Ha! Get on out of here, moose. Get on out of here. Ha! If you'd read the sign on my hotel door, you would have learned the first 3 things you're not supposed to do if you see a moose in the wild is make any loud noises, wave your arms around, or make direct eye contact. Ha! I can't even describe what the moose did other than to say it was the most gangster move I've ever seen an animal in the wild do. The moose is over here. It's quiet in Alaska. No trucks, no sidewalk, no helicopters, everything's just quiet. And the moose is just eating crap off a tree. I come out of my hotel room. I see the moose. Ha! No exaggeration. This is all the moose did. It just went. No emotion whatsoever. That was the scary part. It was like, I don't want to kill you, but that's what's about to happen. You really should have read the sign on the hotel door. Why are you crying? Why are you crying? You didn't see this? You didn't see this coming? I immediately ran back to my hotel room and Wikipedia'd moose and found out that if you startle a moose in the wild, he will take that as a challenge. I mentioned that to the guy at the front desk, and he said, "Yep." He also told me I had nothing to worry about because apparently it was moose mating season. Apparently the moose wasn't trying to hurt me. Apparently when I went, "Hey!" the moose heard, "Hey!" It's amazing, before I took the trip to all these countries, I wanted to see a little bit more of America because I knew I was going to miss it. I was going to be gone for 2 years, so I decided I was going to travel around the country. I went to some places I love, went to some places I didn't love, went to Detroit. Detroit and I have a love-hate relationship. First time I went to Detroit, I had my rental car stolen. The second time I went to Detroit, I had my car stolen. Didn't think they could take my car. Had the alarm on, doors locked, windows up. I was in the car, actually, at the time. I was at a red light. Just minding my own business, sitting at the red light. They know their car's in Detroit because I'm at the light, and all I can hear is... I look back, and the back seat is gone. I turn back around. I'm holding 2 sticks, sitting on blocks. I'm in the middle of the street going, "You guys are good. You guys are, wow!" I'd pay money to see that again. I swear, I'd pay, oh! "You guys are good. Wow, that only took you, that's not my watch." People ask me what was the worst place in the States. I try. People like to ask me what's the worst place, what's the best place. Worst place I ever worked in the States last year was Houma, Louisiana. Anybody ever been to Houma, Louisiana? Count your blessings. Houma is about 50 miles southwest of New Orleans, if that gives you an idea of what year it is there. Thank you. My first show Wednesday night, guy walks up to me after the show. No exaggeration, first words out of his mouth, woo! Man, I'm telling you, man, woo! Man, you, hey, woo! Brother, hey, you, man, I'm, woo! Hey, I almost, woo! I almost crapped my pants out there, buddy. You, hey. I'll tell you to your face. You are going places. And I ain't trying to blow no crap up. I ain't trying to blow no, woo. I'm telling you straight. You're going places. I ain't blowing smoke up your butt. I'll be honest with you, man. I don't even like black people. Yeah, it gets worse. He goes, man, I tell you, I was watching your show. You doing your jokety joke, man. You're doing your thing out there. And my cousin was laughing. I was laughing. We were just laughing. And my cousin looks at me and goes, man, he don't know nobody here in Houma. He must be lonely. I mean, hell, he's probably just sitting around that hotel room all day watching BET. I want to thank the 7 of you who know what BET is. See, I wish there was something we could do to show him around, show him the beauty of Houma. And then I remembered, hey, man, we're going hunting on Saturday. So I thought I'd come over and ask you if you want to come hunting with us on Saturday. I'll be honest with you, I did consider it. I asked the 2 most important questions. What are we hunting? And do I get a gun? You know what? I'm just trying to keep things fair. So I said no. They walked away. 2 minutes later, the club owner walks over and asks me if I want to go hunting on Saturday. I ask a few more questions this time. Find out there's a big charity event, a lot of comedians and actors all raising money for diabetes. I said, well, if it's for a good cause, I'll do it. Plus, I like new experiences. I live in New York. I don't shoot anything unless it's touching my car. So I said, all right, I'll do it. I go to the Army surplus store. I go crazy. I buy the waterproof boots, camouflage pants, jacket, shirt, hat, gloves, mosquito net. I am a woodland ninja. I show up Saturday morning. I am camouflage head to toe. I got the twigs in my hat. 2 guys almost peed on me. Now, I don't know if you've ever been hunting before, but if you have, you know what happens next. A guy comes over with the bright traffic cone orange vest for me to wear. I look at him. I go, bro, do I have to wear this? This kind of ruins the look I was going for. Going for that commando look, and now I look like a crossing guard. He goes, sir, you have to wear that because we're hunting deer, and we don't want anyone to mistake you for a deer. That's one of those things that sounds stupid, but you really can't argue with the logic behind it. You're like, bro, okay. Secondly, you have nothing to worry about because deer cannot see orange. Now I'm going to let that marinate for a bit. I found out later what he should have said was deer are colorblind. See, that makes sense. He didn't say that. No, he said deer can't see orange. I have this little alarm that goes off in my head when I think that somebody's screwing with me, and it went off. And so I was just like, how'd you find that out? What are you throwing, tangerines at deer? Is that it? Hey, Carl, wake up, man. You ain't going to believe this. I think we're on to something right here. See that deer out there? I've been tossing bananas at him all morning. He's been dodging each and every one of them. But them tangerines hit him every single time. You know how someone tells you something and you know it's crap, and if you don't prove them wrong right then and there, it's going to bug you for the next 5 years? I couldn't get that image out of my head of an orange Volkswagen Bug driving down the road, and all a deer can see is 4 tires and a hippie's head. And of course, the Obama sticker. But so I said, all right, if that's true that deer can't see orange, then why are we wearing camouflage? Why aren't we wearing all orange? Big orange jumpsuit. Then we'd be invisible. You wouldn't even need a gun at that point. You could use a knife. Just standing out in the woods waiting. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Quiet, quiet, he's coming. Gotcha. Didn't see me, did you? Ha! Because I'm invisible. And then I realized how stupid that would be. Me running through the woods of Louisiana in an orange jumpsuit. Carrying a large knife. That's my deer hunting look. My last show in Houma is Sunday night, and I'm thinking, all right, 2 more jokes, and I'm out of here. I do my last 2 jokes. I go, thank you. You've been a fantastic crowd. Good night. I take 2 steps off the stage. What happens next, I've never seen happen before. A woman in the middle of the room stands up, stops the applause, stops it. Excuse me, everybody, shh, quiet, hello? I just want to remind everyone that the terror alert went up 3 days ago, and it has not fallen. I want to remind everyone to remain vigilant. God bless America. Thank you very much. And then she sat back down. I had the exact same reaction. Ruins the end of the show. Ruins it. Thank you, good night. Yeah. So I felt obligated to walk back on stage. I walked back. I go, ma'am, I don't want to offend you in any way, but you do realize that this is Houma, Louisiana. And though I don't know any terrorists, I'm pretty sure that this isn't high on their hit list. In fact, if I were to blow up all of Houma, Louisiana, we're only talking about $15,000 worth of damage. No. And there are people in the audience going, man, he knows what he's talking about right there. I mean, Kenny's got a new truck, but if he's out of town. I've never seen a woman this old get this angry before in my entire life. She stands up, she goes, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, mister. This is a little tiny town right here on the Gulf of Mexico. Big old ship full of troops could land here tomorrow, take over Houma like that. Make Houma their base. Next day, they take over all of Louisiana. They make Louisiana their base, and from Louisiana, as a central position, they take over the rest of the United States of America. How do you feel about that, Mr. Funny Man? And I stopped her right there. I said, ma'am, I know you're not supposed to say never, but that's never going to happen. Said, apparently you've forgotten something. Apparently you've forgotten that this is the United States of America, most powerful country on this planet. It's not because we have more money or we're better looking. No. It's because we have something in this country they don't have in other countries. That's right. I'm talking about rednecks. Good old boys with an arsenal in their basement that have been waiting for just such an occasion since 1775. Believe me, foreign troops land in the South. There'll be a line of pickup trucks and NASCARs heading down I-95 Marines show up 3 hours later, nothing but beer cans and shotgun shells. Like, what the hell happened here? Woo! War's over, baby. Yeah, they come on shore in their little boats, right? Kenny's got 2 Evan roots on that bass boat. He just ran them right on over. Yep, they must have got some sand in their eyes because they didn't see me on the beach with that 12 gauge. But I'll be honest with you, man, we didn't kill nothing, we didn't eat. Try some of this barbecue we got right here. I call it El Qaeda Q. Get that right there! I use a dry rub, and then I just smoke the evil right off of them. Oh, that tastes like democracy right there. Yeah. I love how people turn off at the end of that joke. They're like, he's eating somebody. I refuse to condone cannibalism. Yeah, I like this area. It's nice. It's nice. It's quaint. That's code for boring. No. I went to Walmart today. Yeah, bought me a pocket monkey. So yeah. You guys know about those? Yeah. So I live in Maine now. I live in Maine. I love saying that just to see the expression on people's faces because everyone looks like they didn't hear me correctly. I just moved to Maine. People go. When I tell people that, they usually tell me one of two things. They either say, A, I hear it's beautiful in the summer, or B, I hear there are no black people there. Well, I will assure you that there are black people there. There are exactly 12 black people in the state of Maine, and whenever we see each other, we sort of run towards each other in slow motion. And then we hug and we do sort of a patty cake, sort of the end of the color purple. But I like it out there. I like it. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold. I thought I knew cold before I moved to Maine, and I didn't. Cold is a different breed. I'm from Georgia. First time I saw snow, I was 16, and I thought it was beautiful because you couldn't drive at 16. And then I started driving through snow and realized it's not beautiful. It's dangerous. There's certain things you learn when you've never lived around snow, and all of a sudden you move someplace with snow, and no one tells you. Like everybody that knows snow, they don't tell you. They just let you find out on your own. Like the old trick of clearing the snow off the roof of your car. Like when you don't know about snow, you just leave that there and think it's just going to fly off. See. Everybody knows what happens next. No, everybody's that little secret little. I'm driving, got the snow on the top, got the heat on, nice and toasty in the car. I stop at a stop sign. And all the snow on the roof of my car slid over the windshield, and the car went black for like 2 seconds. For 2 seconds, I thought I was dead. I thought a semi just T-boned me or something. Just like, people say, hey, you didn't know what hit him. I thought that was it. Like, poof. Oh, I guess I can still see out the side windows. I guess I'm okay. That's only happened to me once before, where I thought I was dead. in a car. I was driving through Phoenix, Arizona, driving to Texas. And I got to the Texas border, and I remember thinking, what do they listen to in Texas? And I started rattling my brain, like, I wonder what kind of music they listen to. And I hit my radio, I turned my radio on, and I hit Seek, and the radio just went. Just kept going. And finally, I just forgot it was on. And I'm driving, desert. Finally get close to a radio station, and my radio stops, and I forgot the volume was so high. So I'm driving, and all of a sudden I hear, "And Jesus!" If the volume was up a little bit more, I would have met him. So when I travel, I play practical jokes. One of my favorite practical jokes, this is something everybody can do. This will make your life a little bit happier from this day forward. Next time you're in a public restroom and you walk out and someone's walking into the exact same public restroom and your eyes meet for that brief second, just do this. And walk away. Walk away. Because they're still in a dilemma at that point. Because they still got to go. They're just like. Another thing I like to do, I like to go to any place that has tanning booths. I want to find that place of business. I don't go inside. I like to stand outside right by the entrance going, "Ah!" There are people in the parking lot running. So the reason I live in Maine now is because, I live in Maine now and I love it, but I find that I'm losing my edge. I lived in New York for 10 years. I had an edge. I was edgy. I always look for the worst in people all the time. In New York, you just kind of go, look at people a little bit differently. I'll give an example. I did the Tonight Show, and like 2 weeks later, I was on the subway. And there was a guy on the subway, and I could tell he's looking at me, but he was probably looking at me thinking, I know that guy from somewhere. Can't put my finger on it, but I know that guy from somewhere. And I'm sitting there on the train and looking at him thinking, he's thinking, I think I'll stab him first. So he finally remembers who I am and goes, and takes 2 steps toward me. And, of course, it's New York, so I had to stab him first. I'm not falling for that one. But now I live in Maine, and I don't have any of that. People leave their doors open. They don't even lock their doors, which is idiotic. I must have like 20 flat screens now. You walk in with a screwdriver. You walk out with a Samsung. But here's the thing. I see the good in people all the time, even when I know I'm wrong. Give an example. I'm watching the news. Guy's news reporter comes on and says, a man was stabbed today in a prison here in Maine. And the first thing I thought was, well, it's prison. That's what happens. It's prison. People get stabbed. Said when the guards showed up, the man admitted to it immediately. And I thought, wow, an honest man in prison. Well, all right then. And then the guards asked him and said, why did you stab the guy? And he said, well, I'll be honest with you. I stabbed him for 2 reasons. Number one, he's a pedophile, and I hate pedophiles. And I was thinking, I hate pedophiles too. You should take some years off him just for doing it. He's done a service to the community. I don't know what everybody's so angry about. They asked him, what's the second thing you do? He says, well, I had a job in the prison, and he lied about me. He said some lie about me, and I lost my job in the prison. I had one thing to do all day, this little job of cleaning up, and I love that job. And he lied, and I lost the job. And I was like, man, he deserved to get stabbed. Here it is, an honest man in prison trying to do a little simple job, and some pedophile lied on him. At the end of the story, they went, so he stabbed the prisoner 64 times in the face. Okay, you lost me on that one. You are crazy, and you deserve to be in prison. Because that's when you ask yourself, because as soon as I heard that, I went, that's crazy. Because I don't even think I have the capacity for that kind of anger to stab somebody 64 times. Because it sounds easy, but 64 times, you got to switch arms. And you think you're like stabbing a loaf of bread. That knife sticks a couple times. 14. 15. I mean, I've hated some people, and the most I've ever hated somebody is maybe 3 stabs. I hate you. Just walk away. Make sure you get that on the papers and make sure everyone sees that part. When you replay this for the college lady, this is really weird having a guy just sitting 6 feet away from me with a camera. I haven't done that since college. I went to film school. I didn't go to film school. So here we go. How many people here know about my tooth today? Clap if you know the story. I had a temporary tooth that fell out about 4 hours ago, and I had to go find a dentist on a Saturday at noon, right before Super Bowl Sunday, to fix my tooth. They should put that on one of those game shows. I'm gonna put you in Finlay. Give you a cell phone and 4 hours before a show. Fix that tooth. I called some dentist and they laughed at me. I said, can I come in today and get my tooth fixed? And the guy would go, oh, no. So that was my problem. So I have a tooth missing. That's why I'm not smiling during the show. I'm just sitting there like, hey, everybody. Because every time I smile, I look like Tiger Woods. So, all right, I'm going to do my, I have to tell you, when people say what was the best place I went, what was the worst place I went, let me get this out of the way. I went to Scotland, and that was the best place I went outside of the United States. How many people here have been to Scotland? 3 people. Oh, my God. Is this a community college? People, I've already been paid. Boo! Wait. Nope. Left my concern in the car. I went to Scotland. I thought it would be nice. This is the thing. Scotland's beautiful, and it's in the middle of Scotland, Edinburgh. They have a castle there, a 2,000-year-old castle, 2,000 years old, real castle, real, not Disney. I thought I'd get some boyfriend points by inviting my girlfriend from New York to London, fly her from New York to London, take a train up to Scotland, stay in a hotel room across from the castle. Next day, tour of the castle. Now, all that for some boyfriend points. And if you don't know what boyfriend points are, learn about them. So I'm gaining some boyfriend points. I fly her from New York to London, up the train, boom, we're on the tour. On the tour, 2,000-year-old castle. There's a guide showing us the history of everything around us. This was built back in blah, blah, blah. This was blah, blah, blah. There were 600 people were martyred right there in that corner. They're over here. Just horrible history, horrible history. Just, yeah, and this happened, and this, and these are gargoyles, and then, and that, and halfway through the tour, my girlfriend starts squeezing my hand tighter and tighter, and I look at her and go, what's wrong? She looks at me and she goes, we need to get the hell out of here. This place is freaking me out. If you're a gentleman, you know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to take your left arm, wrap it around her waist, make eye contact, and say comforting things as you lead her to the exit. Everything's going to be okay, sweetie. I love you. We're right here together. Everything's going to be okay. When women are scared and they don't really give a crap about your safety, they have their own way of exiting a room. They get down like a ninja. Making sure that nothing jumps out and startles her, but making sure that I'm there to cover her butt. And she knows I'm easily distracted, so there's a lot of this. Come on! That's how I walked out of a 2,000-year-old castle with my girlfriend crouched down, screaming at me like a mad woman and a bunch of foreigners going, Americans are so stupid. All the men in the room will understand that this is the point where you get upset. This is the point where you start to do the math in your head. And you think to yourself, wait a minute. Did I buy a plane ticket from New York to London, a train ticket up to Scotland, got a hotel room and paid for a tour only to find out I'm dating Scooby-Doo? So I'm getting more and more upset as I'm walking through this long hallway back to the entrance, dark hallway, and she's still, I'm getting more upset, more and more upset. Finally, I see this huge granite doorway, and I decide to just stop and step into the doorway so that when she turns around, no one is there. She takes about 5 more steps, turns around, I'm not there. First thing I hear is, Louis! And I respond with, ring around the rosy. Now, I look back at that moment and I think to myself, Louis, was that worth losing a girlfriend? Yes. Was it perfect? No. I've thought about this. I've given it a lot of thought. Only one thing would have made it perfect. A 6-year-old white kid. Standing in the middle of the hall with no expression on his face. Ring around the... Nothing on this planet scares me more than a movie with a possessed white kid. They keep making them. Last one I saw was Mama. Yes, as soon as I say it, people go, oh, yeah. Nothing like seeing a little 4-year-old white kid, little dirty kid, crawling on the ceiling. It freaks me out. I'll tell you why it freaks me out. Because I don't have a plan. I know how to kill a vampire. I know how to kill a werewolf. If I'm watching a movie and somebody's getting chased by a bear, I'm screaming, get out of the woods! Chased by a shark, get out of the water! Chased by dinosaurs, get back to the time machine! There's nothing for that little white kid. I don't have a plan. He just shows up and everyone starts dying. And the people that die don't even know it's coming. That's the sad part. He's just a little kid. You know, there's always somebody locking their door in their 400-year-old hotel. Hey, little buddy, are you okay? Are you all right, buddy? Is something wrong? The guy's too far away. You know, the camera lets you see that little fly crawl across his eyeball. Then he does something supernatural to let you know he's not a normal kid, like jumping rope in slow motion. There are people watching right now going, that's funny. Make him stop, make him stop, make him stop. Well, I want to say, before I leave, I just want to say, this is a beautiful area. I've been walking around the campus. Let me just say, first thing you notice, it's a beautiful, beautiful little campus. And you notice right away, there are just some beautiful girls at this campus. My God, woo, man. I don't know where they are tonight, but there are. Joking. Just making sure you're paying attention. I love that, though, when you say that about women, you know, all the women join together and woo! That's the difference between men and women right there. I can say every guy in here looks like crap. All the guys be like, yeah, maybe. You might have a point. These aren't my good sweatpants. How are you two doing? Yeah. Loving couple? Wow. You are a loving couple, aren't you? Okay, just making sure that's some business deal. Where I come from, loving couples don't usually hold hands. Wow, that's beautiful. Wow. She's, whew, sir, she is really out of your league. No, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. No guy wants a girl in their league, let's be honest. That's only something women say. Women love that line. You guys make a cute couple. Women are like, yay! Guys are like, what? That's not a compliment to a guy. You want to compliment a guy, you go, how the hell did you get that? Which I'm sure you've heard 1,000 times. No. I'm not saying you're ugly. I'm just saying she's beautiful and you own a mirror. I guess what I'm trying to say is this, sir. I'm an older man. Maybe I can give you some advice. Just one piece of advice, because she's home. Call me. No. Facebook. If there's any advice I can give you, sir, any at all, other than burn those shoes, it's this. Don't screw up. And he laughs. See that? Young guys. Tell young guys, don't screw up. They go, Old guys go, Because old guys know that's what happens. You find a beautiful woman, it makes you feel good, makes you feel special, makes you feel warm inside. Then you screw up. You lose the girl. 10 years later, you're in some town hall telling jokes. On the set of High School Musical. I guess my point is this, sir. It's easy to screw up. That's what you got to remember at all times. Easy. Let's say the two of you are on vacation in the Caribbean. White sand, blue water, little calypso music. Ding, 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 ding. Of course, he won't have that kind of rhythm. No. Don't boo until you look at him. I love my job. You're having a great time. All of a sudden, a little too much rum turns a misunderstanding into a screaming match. She'll say, look, why don't you take a little walk down the beach and calm down? And you'll say, screw that. I deserve this vacation. Hell, I paid for the flight. I paid for the resort. You know, if you want some privacy, I suggest you go for a little walk down the beach. You know what happens next? She packs her bags, heads for the door, and then she'll do what all women do. She'll stop, she'll turn, she'll look at you, and give you one last chance to say something, to do something. And maybe it's your pride or maybe it's the alcohol. But you don't do anything. And she walks through that door. And I'll be standing right there. Don't look at him. He can't help you. she just laughed. He's joking, honey. He's over there like, he's not joking. We're moving. So I'm gonna leave with a quick impression. This is dedicated to my music fans in the room, and this is 5-year-old Barry White and his father, 5-year-old music legend Barry White and his father. You guys do know who Barry White is, right? Just want to clarify that. Just want to get that. Some of you do, some of you don't. All right, no. I'm just, because some of you are kind of young, and I just don't want to know. You, sir, in the shirt, Finlay shirt, and the haircut. That's an interesting haircut you got there. Are you in the military? Your dad's a police officer. Oh, so you just go in a barbershop, just go, give me something that screams, I hate minorities. Just. Something that screams, he's not my president. Just. It's a good look. It's a good look, sir. Do you know who Barry White is? You're pretty sure. Can you name a song? Any song by Barry White? Nah. Okay, all right. How old are you? 18. Yeah, you need to go home and Google Barry White. Because there's a good chance he's the reason you're on this planet. And if you didn't laugh at that, you don't know who Barry White is. He sings sexy music. Sexy music. I hear it on the radio. I run home and take a pregnancy test. So I'm going to do my impression of Barry. By the way, don't shoot me. All right, this is, for you music fans, this is 5-year-old Barry White and his father. Hey, Barry, what's wrong? Why are you crying? Why are you crying? Oh, did you drop your ice cream cone?
The drink is gone right there on the floor. Leave it everywhere. Right on, baby. Show you right there.
So I want to thank you all because I really have gone over my time, and I just want to thank you all because you've been a fantastic crowd. I mean, even missing a tooth and showing up here, shooting spit bubbles just in this direction. I want to thank you. I want to thank you, sir, doing a valiant job filming all of this. A little higher with the camera. Come on. I don't know what you're filming, but just kind of get me right there. I'm just like, yeah, what's up? What's up, man? What you doing in my closet? I want to thank you all for showing up. I want to thank you, sir, for bringing this beautiful rabbit. I don't know what you're doing, but keep it up. Keep it up. You apparently she believes it. Keep working the lie. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You, sir, are you planning on joining the police force? No. You just gotta keep cutting it that way because he's paying for college. I understand. Do you like that haircut? Is it part of you now? You do like it. How do you feel about Puerto Ricans? Because I just want to know, does the hair? I don't know which comes first, the chicken or the egg. you just go. I don't really like Puerto Ricans. Or is it the other way around? When you just kind of, hey, I look pretty good. Hey, are those black people over? I hope you destroy all the film that's coming out of this. I don't know what it's being used for, but make sure you don't show a lot of people that. All right. And you've been a fantastic crowd. There are seats over here that say reserved, and no one's in the seats. So I say that we announce the names of the people that didn't show up, and we all go and do a show at their house. That would be funny. You just show up and just go, what was so important that you had to miss the show? They're like, we had Scandal on DVR. So, yes, you have been a fan. And I just want to say, you are amazing. You are amazing. Thank you, more than anybody else. Thank you for showing up and sitting on the front row. I feel complete now. Not as a comic, but as a human, I feel complete. I want to thank you. And I want to thank you, but I definitely want to thank you. And I want to thank you, sir, for bringing her here. In fact, as a gentleman, would run out now and warm up the car. Yeah, I know you smiling. Oh, yeah, don't look at me like that. You know what they say, once you go black, you can't get credit. You've been a fantastic crowd. My name's Remy. Good night.
Remy. And I want Michael Palascak to come on down. Michael Palascak, come on down. Did I promise you a fantastic show? And now, Taylor, where's Taylor? Apparently, we're going to be doing a little meet and greet, and Taylor's going to tell you all about it. Thank you all so much. We'll be right here. Thank you.